Hello everybody! Welcome back to our new project. In this project we are going to learn a lot of new and cool things. One of those things is adding custom font called Font Awesome. Then we will also make this contact form that will be completely functional. Also, we will learn how to make some new animations and we will talk about responsive design. What is really responsive design we will talk about later, but now we are starting to work. As always, we are making a new folder with a name Project 4. We are opening that folder in brackets, and after that, as usually, we are making a new file index.html. Then, let's add folder style and folder img. In folder style, we are making files style.css and mediaquery.css, which is going to be used for responsive web design. All code that is responsible for the responsiveness of the site will be placed in this file. We have finished this. We can go to previous project, open up index.html, and from that project copy all code in our new index.html. Let's delete everything except header and footer. Okay. After this, let's move to CSS of the previous project. We will add everything till code for header. Now, let's go back to index.html where we should do some changes. First thing that we will change is the title of the site. Its name should be AW Design. After that, we should add new link for style, link for our media query. Let's go on link for style.css and we will press Ctrl D. Then we delete this link and add link for media query. Next thing we are doing is adding Google font. For this site, we will be using two Google fonts. Let's go to Google Fonts and search some fonts. We are looking for font Calistoga, which will be used for headings. As we can see, it has only one style. Other font, which will be used for paragraphs, is Roboto. The only style of Roboto font that we'll be using on this site is regular 400 style. So we can go to Embed and copy our link into index.html. We can put it above links for style. In the end, new thing that we are adding on this site is Font Awesome. Font Awesome is font that we will use for adding icons on site. That are those icons. We will add a comment in HTML in which we write awesome font. Now we will go to Google to find Font Awesome. We write in search bar awesome font CDN. Let's go to this second link. Let's move to tab CSS and copy this first link. Let's go back to index.html and press Ctrl V. Now we successfully added Font Awesome. After that, we need to change menu. Let's see what we have in menu on this site. About, Services, Gallery, Blog. Okay. About, Services, Gallery, and Blog. Okay, we have finished all changes needed in HTML, and let's move to style.css so we can make some changes. First, we'll delete font face because this time we don't have local font. We're using only Google fonts. The main color of text that will be used is hashtag 181E2C. This color. Now, we will add it to default values. First, fonts used are Roboto for paragraphs and Calistoga for headings. Okay. Colors that we are using are Sizzling Red, hashtag F53B57. Other color is really dark blue. That's the color we wrote here. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Next color is really light blue. Hashtag E5EBF8. Okay, this color here we don't need, so let's delete it. After that, we will define font for all paragraphs in text, font family Roboto, or any kind of sans serif font. And for heading, body H1, Ctrl D, H2, Ctrl D, H3, and Ctrl D, H4. Set the font family to Calistoga or some cursive font. In this project, we will need a container which we will add. Maximal width is 1400 pixels. Margins are 0 auto. And background color is hashtag FFF. We press enter a couple of times to make some space. We can now open site through live preview. Okay, now we will finish this part of this page. All HTML code that we need, we have added now. That's this. We can now move to CSS to finish this section. First, we stylize header. We are adding a width to it of 100%, then background color, this really dark blue color. Text color inside this heading is really light blue. Let's see. Okay. After this, we can begin to stylize this heading div. We need to make small changes comparing to previous project. This time we don't need this div with class container, so we will delete it. In the last project, everything was placed inside container that had a max width 1400 pixels, and here we have full width size, as we can see, so that's why we don't need all elements inside container. Now we see, when we size up the browser, that this section is full width. Great! Now, finally, we can start to stylize heading div. Heading-div. It has a max width of 1400 pixels. We are adding it so we could get the space from sides. Its margins are 0, auto. Display flex. OK, we see that we got this layout with columns. Then, justify content, space between, align items center, and padding of 20 pixels. OK, next thing we are going to stylize is the title. So, let's select it. Heading -div, H1. It has a font size of 35 pixels and letter spacing 2 pixels. After that, we can stylize these links. Nav-menu A. Set color to really light blue. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, padding 31 pixels, 30 pixels. Font size is 21 pixels. And in the end, just to see, OK, let's first define what's gonna happen on hover over these links. .nav-menu, hover. Pardon, it's .nav-menu A hover. The background color is sizing red. Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. We see that we have a nice effect. To make effect even more real, let's add transition. Transition 0.3 seconds is in out. And we will apply it only on background color. OK, we see that we got this nice transition now. I think we have finished with this now. Let's see. Everything looks nice, except this. Here, we see that this isn't sans serif font, so we will change the font family for these links. Let's try Calistoga. Let's see. No, that's not Calistoga. We can try cursive. We see that that's not cursive font for sure. So let's try sans serif. We see it's not that neither. We write serif, and yes, this is some serif font. Very soon it won't be a problem for you to recognize fonts when you see them, just keep practicing with us. In the end, we can state in default values that we use serif font for nav menu. And by doing this, we have finished this section. See you in next section, where we will be adding this welcome page and this text that's placed in the middle.